What up, y'all? This is gonna sound ridiculous to tell you, but I want to talk about me. When I was growing up, and I'm thinking about releasing my 4 story and stuff, but right now I'm still thinking about that. But I want to tell you about me, about when I was a kid, you know, all my life. So, let's just say, skip kindergarten to maybe second grade, let's say that. But up to, let's say fifth grade, it's always hard to make new friends. And we're gonna add special because I don't like adding. Because when I was growing up, I was the special one, and they're like, "Oh, here come the special one." You know, many people try to put me down. Many people said I couldn't do this. Many people said, "Hey, he can't do that. He can't, try that." And people always look at me different, and some people call me some people call me stupid, some people call me dumb, some people are like, nah, he not. He just, I had so many great friends, my friend group, and people calling them, people call me, I had great friends, and people, I have friends who are autistic and with other stuff, and people look at me, they're like, why? Why him? Why, And let me tell you something. I won't have that any other way with being friends with all my, and I'll tell you right now, 100%, I would go back and do it again, I'm always nice to people. I'd be the one coming up to you and be like, hey, you want to make, I'm always, and yeah, back in the old day, nowadays, you don't, hear this anymore. But back in the old day, I'll tell you right now, 100%, and I love my mom. I 100%, I love my mom so much. I love my dad too, but 100% you hear your mom, sweetheart, you are perfect no matter what. And it make me feel like, wow, okay, I'm number one. But now my dad on the, man, and he, I get, man to man, but, many people have bring me down when I was a kid. And I'm sorry, I'm getting tired. Past my bedtime. But people have knocked me down. They call me stupid and stuff. And people thought I was fine, I was a kid and stuff. And, I'm over here having my life, having fun. But I always grew up in the hospital because I was born with a cleft palate. And if you guys don't know what that is, look up because I explained to that a long story, but all my, friends, they were like, wow, and they were all jealous, okay? But, not jealous because of that, just because I think most time I got special treatment. But, but to all my life, I've tried to make new friends. And, it was hard when your brother and sister, you go to the same school and they're like, oh, you that, blah, 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 Not make that easy. But when I got to 8th grade and stuff, it was really hard to meet new friends and I'm sorry, I'm tired. You gotta keep me up. But, I want to let everybody know, no matter if you're different, special, many people, I can't read. I can't read. I can't do much stuff like that. But I'll tell you right now, you hand me a block of wood, bam, you're like, man, I can, there's different stuff I'm good at, okay? Everybody good at everything, you can't be good at everything. Trust me. Don't work like that. Alright, Matt. Yeah, I don't know. I'm at this was a cutscene. I don't know if that was showing that. But, when I went in 5th grade, I was trying to make new friends. There were so many kids that were so cool, and I want to be in the cool group. You know how, you want to be in the cool group, you want to fit in. But let me tell you something. You shine in your moment, And, I can tell you, back in my day, they are different now, but back in my day, everybody was together. There were no, how can I put it this way? It would not separate. They were still working on that class, Because I remember it was hard for me to be with other people, Other people who, read really great, did stuff, and people look at me like, man, he needs this, blah, blah, I have, being honest, when I was growing up, I would dream to have 5 or 4 friends, and we became friends for the rest of our life. We traveled, we did stuff, we had fun, I'm telling you, skip the part when I'm just yawning. Telling you. But, people have special, even family, and it's sad to say it, but I remember one time we went somewhere, and they're like, yeah, and I'm always like, hey, what, and that just broke my heart. I like, whoa, I thought family, and when people bring me down, and I didn't know me, and you were a kid, you're like, okay, hey, this part of, who I am, But sometimes, when you have a kid that bring you down so bad, and you're like, man, am I really that stupid? Am I really that dumb? Do people think I'm that special? Do people think I'm that and that, And you think about stuff, and then you ask your mom, you're like, Mom, blah, blah, blah. I used to sometimes, think of that. And people, always. I think I should have done it early. And with some sugar. But there was some time, and you ask your mom, you're like, Mom, and and your mom tell you, baby, you're special, and it make you feel better. It make me feel better. I don't know about you guys, but it always, being with my mom, I'm so close with my mom. A lot of people back in the day call me a mama boy. I did not know what that means, but now I do. And I didn't mean that, I don't care, I love my mom. If you don't love your mom, you're like, man, I got high because I love my mom. But I'll tell you right now, I am not ashamed of holding my mom hand. 5th grade. Even my mom thought it was not cool. She's like, baby, I think we need something like that, My mom, I love her no matter what. I'm telling you, I will walk into a store because I love her, And, not who we are.